Hi guys, I'm Kayla, and today I'm gonna talk about what it feels to be mixed. So before I go and answer some common questions, I just want to talk about my background. I live in Turkey, Istanbul to be more specific, but my dad's from England, Wolverhampton. So yeah, that's my background. Okay, so where are you from? England and Turkey. Where do you live? Istanbul. Do you go to England every year? I try to go every year, but to be honest, because of the pandemic, I couldn't really go. But hopefully, in the beginning of 2022, I will go to England, but I don't know. Let's see. So if I have a holiday in February, maybe I could go then, but usually, yes, I do go to England every year or every 2 years. But as I said, because of the pandemic, I couldn't really go. Can your dad speak Turkish? I get this question a lot, and yes, he can speak Turkish. I mean, he's been living here for over 20 years. Of course, he can speak Turkish. Not as good as me or my mom, but still you can understand him perfectly. But it's so funny because sometimes he pronounces word with his accent and we can't understand what he's saying, but it's so funny. Which language do you speak at home? With my dad, I speak English and sometimes Turkish. With my mom, I speak Turkish and German because my mom's from Germany. She's not German, but she was born and raised there, and she's also a German teacher. Sometimes speak German to practice my German. It's not that good. Ich kann nur ein bisschen German sprechen. That's all. Can you please speak Turkish for one time? Evet, tabii ki de sizin için Türkçe konuşabilirim. Hatta Türkçe bir kanalım da var. Oraya da abone olabilirsiniz. So do you feel at home? I actually watched some of the videos called How Does It Feel to Be Mixed Race Reality and stuff like that. And I saw that many people have problems with identification and feeling at home. I don't actually have a problem with that because I feel that home is not related to which country you live in. It's more about who you surround yourself with, so family members, friends you love, or your pets. So I do feel at home whether I'm in Turkey or in England. I'm usually happiest when I'm around people I love. So home is not a place for me, but more like my friends and my family. So it doesn't matter where I am, it just matters who I'm with. Yeah. Would you ever think of living in England? I do love visiting England and visiting my other side of my family, but to be honest, I wouldn't really want to live there. The main reason for that is my dream is to live in Korea. I study new media and communication at big university, and I want to work in the entertainment. I like visiting there, as I said, but just visiting. How do people react when they learn you are mixed? Lots of reactions I get. Some of them are like, okay, like, so what? Some of them ask me thousands of questions like, how's that, what are you doing? It's just like they ask too much questions, personal questions, and it can get very sensitive and aggressive because when I don't want to answer, it's like, why don't you answer? Like, don't ask personal questions then. I get very angry sometimes because they're invading my personal space, my relationship with my family, and they have no right to do that. So those type of reactions are the reactions that I don't like. But as I said, some people don't really care. They're like, okay, so what? And some people just ask common questions like I'm answering right now, but honestly, everyone asks the same question like, can your dad speak Turkish? Like, of course he can. So some of the questions, I'm sick of them, but I answered anyways. Do you have trouble making friends? I kinda have trouble making friends, but not because I'm mixed. It's because I'm not really outgoing, or I can't really stand phony people. Do you have friends in England? Actually, I do not have friends in England. I do have a friend, but we're not talking anymore, so we're not friends anymore. I go to England, I only stay there for a couple of weeks, maybe 3 to 4 weeks. Not 4 weeks, but mostly 3 weeks. So I usually see my family members, spend time with my granddad and grandma, so I don't really have time to make friends. But I don't really mind because I do have friends here and I live here, so even if I had friends there, I wouldn't be able to see them a lot, like only once a year. So I don't mind not having friends in England because of my lovely friends in Turkey. This is also a very sensitive question. Do you feel more like a Turkish person or an English person? And when I'm in Turkey, I feel more like a Turkish person, though I do have some differences from a regular Turkish person, but most of the time, because I'm in the Turkish culture and we're speaking Turkish, I feel more like a Turkish person, but when I'm in England, I feel more of a English person. So it depends on which country I'm in, but I do not feel like I'm only half Turkish or half English. I'm English and Turkish, and when people ask, I don't say I'm half Turkish and half English, I say I'm English and Turkish. And if you're mixed too, I think thinking of this way might change your perspective in many things, because you're not half, you're not incomplete, you're just mixed, and that's very natural. These are the common questions I get when I say I'm a mixed person. If you have more questions, please comment them below. I will answer all of them if it's not too personal, and if it is too personal, I'll just write I don't want to answer it. I hope I answered some of your questions as well. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a very, very nice day. Love you. Bye.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the